Hi, my name is Luke Reeves-Rollins, and for the fifth and final video project, I'll be discussing the pecking order theory as it relates to corporate finance. The pecking order theory suggests that financial managers choose their sources of finance based on a hierarchical framework, with each level carrying more risk and therefore being more costly than the previous level. At the top of this order is internal financing. Internal financing is usually derived from a company's retained earnings, or more specifically, their net income. Using internal financing is considered a low-risk source of finance. This is because the company is using their own funds as opposed to borrowing from a creditor, and therefore paying interest on a loan. In many cases, companies do not have enough retained earnings, however, to fund certain projects. In this case, they would next look to the issuance of debt to generate adequate funds. A debt issue is a financial obligation that allows an entity to raise funds by promising to repay the lender. The downside of this is that lenders will often charge high interest rates as an incentive for the risk they take on in lending. The most common form of a debt issue is a bank loan. In the case that the issuance of debt does not suffice for the project at hand, we would finally turn to equity financing. Equity financing is the process of offering shares of the company in exchange for capital. The problem with equity financing for ownership is the fact that they must relinquish some of the control and their share in the enterprise if they wish to raise additional capital. Equity financing is most commonly used when a firm wishes to expand and thus have a huge need for financing that is impossible to fill internally. To recap, the pecking order suggests that we should first look to finance internally, followed by the issuance of debt, and finally, if necessary, by means of equity financing.